everyone.
Good morning.
Good morning. Welcome to the second stream on history we've ever done.
That's correct. That is technically true. And I'm excited, Matt. I'm excited because this one feels special.
It does. It absolutely does.
Right?
For anyone who is uninitiated at this point, you're coming to a last 90 minutes of a Kickstarter stream. My name is Matt. This is Will. I am the showrunner and narrator of Extra History. Will is our Twitch overlord and all things streamy producer man. And you might have seen... Oh,
Can we fit that on the new business cards the next time I get them? And streamy producer man. I don't know if it'll fit in the character count. Anyway,
listen. We'll make it fit. Well, it's a tiny font. And yeah, we wanted. I believe. I think. I always wanted to do this, and I'm glad I think there was a stretch goal that happened for us to actually come on here and have a little closeout party, which is very nice.
Yeah.
We're here to bring home the phenomenal History Happens Every Day 2026 calendar that you have all made a absolutely rousing success. Basically, we'll go over we'll do the spiel for the uninitiated about what the calendar is in case you're coming in for the first time. But also, we're here to answer any last minute questions you may have about the campaign. I talked with Kat, who is our social media director and the master of this Kickstarter, also West Coast, sleeping right now. Will and I, as Will delineated this morning, we're like the morning crew.
That's right. We're both East Coasters, so it is kind of funny too when we wake up and we're messaging about stuff. And then we're like, okay, so we need to ask them. The West Coast will be up in 2 hours. All right, we'll do other stuff till they're awake.
I have a notebook full of information that Kat and I chatted about yesterday so we can answer stuff. Also, seeing a lot of people in chat. Thank you so much for saying hi. Hello. Hey there, folks from Poland and Arizona.
Exotic places like Poland and Arizona.
John Soldier, let's see if I don't even know if this works right now. Let's see. Does it work? Yeah, it does. We did do a video on Tulip Mania. There's 5 of them.
Yep.
6 if you count a short.
Yep.
So you can search those.
Yep. So we got 2 pieces of important business to attend to, and then we will show you all today's puzzle. Mods, if we could post that puzzle link to everywhere that is we're doing.
Yeah, but basically, while we're chatting, if you haven't been to the last one of these or last year's calendar Kickstarter, essentially we put up puzzles for y'all to play collectively of the art of the calendar while we chat.
Yep. Okay, so we've got some very important questions about our $70,000 stretch goal, which I am beyond thrilled to talk about because we're gonna make a puzzle, which I'm
like
so
a real one, not a digital one.
Not a digital one, like a physical puzzle. And so there are some questions. So one of them is from Social Psych. If we want the puzzle and not the calendar, how should we go about doing that?
Okay, let's go. So this actually plays into exactly what all the information I have basically here. So, and I will go over what the calendar is later in case people don't know. We're kind of doing this backwards. But essentially, since we hit 70K, and by we, I mean you, we have agreed to make a puzzle based on one of the 8 pieces of art that you all get to vote on from this year's 4 from this year's calendar, 4 from last year's calendar.
That's right.
And the way that it's going to work is this happened so fast and we didn't actually know if we would make it here. So we are still in it's funny. Everything in the campaign other than the puzzle is locked. Kat and Jeff went hard. Kat sourced cheaper shipping. All of it, I was in meetings where I knew they were cooking and I couldn't keep up. There's a lot of great stuff on that side. The puzzle is not quite there yet because A, we don't know what the image is, and B, we're sourcing sizes, manufacturers, and sort of piece count and quality of puzzle based on price of what things will be. So essentially, in order to get that calendar, here's how it's going to sort of break down. Anyone who backs this campaign, whether it's one of the insane, which I think they're all sold out, $500 make your own history shorts packages, to getting a deluxe package or a calendar, or even the $2, there's just a $2 support the Kickstarter tier. Anyone who has backed us gets access to essentially what we're calling the secret store, which is a store that has the prices for the Kickstarter exclusive prices. in there right now. Just when the campaign ends, the link will go out to that store within like an hour or so. And in there'll be places like if you wanted to order multiple calendars, there's some stuff from last year. I think last year's calendar is 50% off in there. There's also the 2025 digital stuff in there as well. However, getting to the puzzle, and I know this is a preamble, the puzzle will not be there yet. Basically, that's because we're still sort of doing all those things I said before. But when the vote concludes that everyone can vote on if you even just donated $2 or more to the Kickstarter, that is when we will know, and that'll be around Friday the 29th. And it will show up in that secret store around then when we know what puzzle has won, and we've gotten the final numbers on what it will cost, how big it will be, what it will be made out of, like all of that jazz. Also, the cool thing here that I really liked how this sort of worked serendipitously, the puzzle itself. So you'll get notified about that when it enters the secret store for essentially pre-order. That will be at the same time that everyone who has donated to the Kickstarter due to the unlock of certain stretch goals will have Nebula credit to spend. You'll be able to put that Nebula credit towards the puzzle, and that your codes for that will go out around the same time, if not the exact same time the puzzle hits the secret store around Friday the 29th. So that's how you get the puzzle initially. And I know it's complicated. The reason why we didn't want to put it into the Kickstarter is because, again, we worked super, and by we, I mean Kat, worked super hard on making sure the shipping was clear and cheaper. And right now, because we don't know the actual end product of the puzzle, we can't be clear with how much shipping is for the puzzle yet. And we didn't want to put a big question mark in the campaign itself. Does that make sense? Like, we want everyone to know that.
When we release
what it costs.
When we release firm information, right, we want to make sure that information is as correct as we could possibly make it. So we'd rather tell you nothing than something that's wrong.
Yeah. Kirby, real quick, I see this. Also, I was about to reach for the Zoe plushie. It's literally through my green screen.
Just Kalima!
It will be the same time. It'll be around the 29th of August. That is what Kat tells me. The secret store link will be going out to everybody. And yeah, you can spend that Nebula credit on the Zoe plush should you choose. And I suggest you do. It is lovely.
Speaking of information about the Kickstarter and where we're at and pledging $2, shall we check in on the Kickstarter?
Let's check in.
All right. As you can see on my giant computer monitor here, we are currently at $75,490 with a mere 80 minutes to go. So a reminder that $2 or more gets you access to voting on all the stuff that can be voted on and the secret store to order more stuff later. If you just want to pledge $2, that's cool. Also, if you have been meaning to upgrade from the basic to the deluxe package, so that you can get all of the sweet Nebula credit and other goodies that we've unlocked for the deluxe package specifically throughout the Kickstarter, this is your reminder to do that. No, thank you so much. Yeah. Those things are happening.
Also, I'm seeing a bunch of requests for history series in the chat. We won't be sort of going into there because I can't say yes, no, we won't, whatever. Not that this is the point of this stream, but patrons get to vote on the topics that we do, both the topic, like the generalized topic, and then a series of 4 within those topics that y'all sort of choose. So that's how our series get made. So I actually, I would love to do a ton of these that I am seeing, but I make no promises.
We've learned not to promise anything on live streams, and this is the puzzle, which the mods are posting links to around. You can join in on the puzzle. This is the Kiss, so feel free to dive in and work on this. We'll be checking in on this throughout the stream. We'll have it up because it's think of it as the Subway Surfers to our reading a Reddit story with a terrible artificial voice.
Wow, that's a deep social media cut, Will.
Is it though? I feel like there are the
my
youth
algorithm,
here.
Thankfully, yes.
Okay, that's fair. I feel like the youth are here, and I feel like the youth understand that. I'm just full on Steve Buscemiing. How do you do, fellow kids? Like all over the place.
I did buy you that skateboard so you could hold it over your shoulder.
That's right. I've never ridden the skateboard. It's just to
No.
hold it over the shoulder with a terrible backwards hat to pretend to be a kid.
Can Will or Matt do the awful AI voice? Which one?
They're all terrible. No. I was gonna make a Hatsune Miku joke, but then I realized that YouTube isn't read in on all of the terrible Hatsune Miku continuation jokes.
Yeah, it's not. It's a different channel.
Yeah.
Well, real quick, while the puzzle's going, the thing that I actually didn't do, because I assume that everyone who's here knows what the heck we are doing at a base level. Can we go to the actual Kickstarter site itself?
Yeah, absolutely.
While folks are playing, and again, join in on this puzzle. The more people that are in it, the more puzzles we can kind of do. So basically, what we are doing for the uninitiated is making another history calendar with a daily historical event that are different from the 2025 events, and every one of them that has a little picture on them on the specific date will have a QR code that links to videos we have done that pertains to that day's history. Plus, as the puzzles are doing and all this other stuff, fantastic, beautiful art by artist David Hueso, based on historical paintings, but then given more extra history style, throwing our bean characters in there, doing wacky stuff. If you scroll down, Will, yeah, just kind of, yeah, there it is. I mean, that's the graphic of what I just said.
Yeah, I know the whole. So Matt and I have been involved in this in a bunch of little ways. We're also the ones who get to come here and tell you all about it. But I will tell you that neither of us, I think, is nearly as excited for this project as David and Rob and Kat and Jeff are. Like, we all love this project and we think it's great and awesome. And like, Rob has been, I don't go to the Kickstarter page to get updates on the Kickstarter. I go to Rob's Blue Sky to get updates on the Kickstarter, because Rob has been like, yes, we're going to do the thing. Rob is so hype about all of the cool things that he's found. We got to have him on for the first stream when we kicked off the Kickstarter to talk a little bit about finding dates and the research process for it. It was a lot of fun. So, yeah. And you can see some of like the process sketches down here. And sort of
the different pictures that are in the actual thing. It's funny. My job, calendar production wise, because I am the keeper of other than we have some stuff. We have it in multiple locations, do not worry. But I am the keeper of most of the files. I am the file lord, and essentially I go through the dates that we link with our videos to find like 8 options to give the graphic designers to put on the calendar. So that is my like physical contribution, is picking the pictures that go in those little things.
Okay, awesome. We've got also there is another. Oh,
that's right.
There's another vote that's going on right now. If you pledge at the $2 above tier, you get weird holiday history that you can also vote on. We've been having backers vote on topics for various short form content. We do shorts about all kinds of weird days in history and terrible people and great people. And I really like the shorts a lot. I love our long form series, but I think our shorts are just like fun little bite sized, like, oh, I never knew that sort of things that you can share with your friends.
I'm also really pumped that Napoleon Attacked by Rabbits won.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Topics are great. No. Well, actually, one is not a topic. One is the actual last piece of art for the 13th month for January 2027 in the 2026 calendar.
Yeah. We have a question.
Yes.
Will the calendar be available after the campaign ends?
It absolutely will, Atlas. However, it will be slightly more expensive. It will be in our regular store. That's the other thing about pledging now and getting into the secret store, is everything will be cheaper there at the Kickstarter prices for backers of the Kickstarter, right? Every price that's on the Kickstarter right now will be the cheapest that it will ever be. And then I don't know what the markup is that it happens. Last year's, I think a calendar went up, I think $3 or $4 from where the Kickstarter was to the original, like releasing it in January of this year. Again, you can buy the 2025 calendar. We have a few left in stock. I think we have like, I'd have to look at the number, but I think like 20 or something left of the 2025 calendar. That is 50% off now because the year is a little more than halfway over. So,
Yeah.
but the art, like, it's funny. I bought two. I have the one that's on my wall right now, and I've cut the bottoms off of the pictures, and I'm going to do some sort of like cool, like mounted thing.
This might be one of my favorite thematic. It's not my favorite piece of art. There are a bunch of really cool pieces of art. It's not that it's not amazing. It's just, I like Misanthropes from last year, like a lot. The Julie Dobney as Conan the Barbarian is so good.
It's excellent. Thematically, it's perfect.
Thematically, right on point. Also, I just like the ghost in the fire, and like, oh, it's perfect. No,
it's really nice. This is such a fun one.
I
really like. I know American Gothic with Henry Ford is like subdued, but there's so much fun little, like, I love that his wife is pissed about
just
the car in the garage.
Hey.
I love that the foreshadow is hiding there. For those of you who are not familiar on Extra History, if you've seen the gentleman in the back of this picture that with the red mask and the hat, that is the foreshadow, and he pops up in Extra History videos whenever something happens early in a historical event or person's life that is very telling of the later parts of their life.
Yeah.
Where is Zoe? Edna, she is in the other room, probably still sleeping. I'll make a little mini goal later as we sort of see some last minute pledges come in to see if we get to a certain point. I'll go grab her.
Also, credit for the most metal art we've ever done for any extra credits thing is definitely The Last Samurai, where they're fighting a skeleton made out of the weapons of their destruction.
Yeah. Industrialized military complex.
Like, that one just goes so hard.
It does. I love this.
Yeah, that's good. It's great.
Vlad and his pop.
Yeah. I'm also really happy that David got a chance to crack into Van Gogh. I love this take on the cafe. I think it's really great. We had a lot of fun doing this one as a digital puzzle, but it is hard to do as a digital puzzle because it turns out a lot of those swirls and the blended colors of like Van Gogh's style make it hard to figure out which piece goes where in an unpleasant fashion, because you have like three pieces that are all functionally identical, and now you're doing it off nubbins instead of off like what is on the picture.
I actually think so. There's eight things you can vote on, and right now we're getting the responses are actually pouring in this morning, which is very nice. I'm glad this stream is doing its job. There's 8 pieces that you can vote on to be actual physical puzzles that go in the secret store and then eventually the store. That is Zoe Noir, which is the top one, which you saw. The Princess of Paleontology, which you've seen. Harlem Musicians, The Last Samurai. Those are the 4 from this year's calendar. Last year's, it is The Inspiration of Joan, with Joan of Arc reaching and touching for God's finger. Suleiman and Roxolana's The Kiss. Ibn Battuta's Dreams of Travel, and Misanthropes, which is the
Nighthawks.
that's the one I voted for, even though it's not in the lead. And then
I just thought we could do like a brief rundown. By the way, Lovers Walking the Snow is going to be our January 2027 one, but obviously because you all voted on that, it's not done yet.
It's in process.
I know Jeff was talking with David about it yesterday, right after our design club. So,
Raga, real quick, what is happening in 2 hours? And I think it's less now. It's an hour and 10 minutes.
That's
is when our calendar Kickstarter is closing. It is the last time you'll have a chance to get the calendar for 2026 at the cheapest we can possibly sell it. So if you'd like that, or just even want to vote on some of the other cool stuff that's going into this thing, pop on over to the Kickstarter and throw down $2 or more and see if you see what you like.
Yeah, I do really love, by the way, that we've officially crossed 10x on our funding goal, which is absolutely wild. Absurd.
Like, Kickstarters are weird. You set the goal. I mean, there's a bunch of different methodology behind it, but you set the goal at the absolute minimum that you're comfortable still producing the product, right? Making sure that it'll actually happen.
Yeah.
But then you have all the other like crazy things you want to do, which is where all the stretch goals go. And you've all crushed this. It's been a wild month. On top of all the regular stuff we do here in our weekly meetings, we've been just kind of going over like, great, okay, they did this too fast. What do we do now? What is next?
Yep, absolutely. And those stretch goals include things like extra store credit for everybody who's who's backed the project for a calendar or deluxe tier. More research time.
Yep.
Cannot tell you how important it is to have more research time, and there have been several of those. There's also been stuff for extra shorts. There's been stuff for bonuses for the crew, and most importantly, in my humble opinion, is the bonus goal to get us puzzles, because I'm super excited to see how much you all enjoy the puzzle, because truly, right, there are 8 pieces of art, and we're committing to do 1 puzzle.
Yeah. Real quick side note, JSM, it's funny you bring this up. Can't wait for the next episode. I believe that'll drop for patrons today and everyone else tomorrow. The next episode of Extra History is a one-off, and it is on the shot heard round the world. And it is both in audio production and in Nick DeWitt did some phenomenal. You'll get the reference of the art because we go to an animated courtroom to discuss testimony that is given by, I think, 11 or 12 or 13 other creators who they're basically reading testimony of people who talked about back in the day the shot heard around the world and who fired it. It's one of the most complicated episodes we've ever done. I'm really hoping you all like it. It was a blast to do, but it was also like 9 times the difficulty level. So I'm super nervous about it.
But we should also point out that we get to take wild swings at like new ideas like that, in part because of the Kickstarter. Because
it all kind of comes together.
Yeah,
because I was able to take a little time because the additional funding from this stuff, and yeah. Richard, no, it's not a Americanism for JFK. It is the first shot fired in the Revolutionary War.
Yep. There's an entire Schoolhouse Rock about it, which now is playing in my, and perhaps your, if you're of the right generation, mind. I saw another really great question.
Oh, Malik, what's my most overrated historical figure? Okay, it's not the figure itself. This is a dumb answer, and I'm sorry. It's not the figure itself. It's how the figure has morphed and turned into a shorthand to talk about so many other historical figures. So it's the perception of a historical figure, and that is Napoleon. I think he even came up, like McKinley was talked about, like in political cartoons. They made him look like Napoleon, but like in demeanor and kind of what he did, like everyone just used Napoleon as like we don't like this guy, so like this guy's like Napoleon, and it just gets old. Yep. It's like hack comedy. So that's kind of my answer there.
Yeah. I found the question. It was, where is the secret store going to be? That is not going to be on the Kickstarter. It will be a separate secret extra website.
It will be messaged to you when the Kickstarter is complete. It might not be, just so we're very clear, the moment that this stream stops and the Kickstarter is over, but you will get a link to the secret store sometime today, Kat tells me. If you do not email or message in the Kickstarter, it should just go out to backers, because from what I understand, we have control of like, campaign's done, we can send a message to everyone whenever we want. Double check your spam folders. I have so many Kickstarters for shipping or the extra bonus stuff you get right at the end that go right into my spam folder, and then I email, and then they say check the spam folder, and then I'm like, oh yeah. So I mean, you can email us first if you want to. I don't mind, but it might be faster to check the spam folder first.
Yeah. I had a good quippy thing about that, and now it's gone. Chat, I'm not awake yet. It's okay. I'm so glad you're here to help me wake up with all this. That's a great question. Ojahawk says, you're on a desert island, you get one book. What is it?
Oh. What do I got on my shelf?
So I have a glib answer and a serious answer. Yeah, Matt.
Neuromancer.
Okay, cool, great, excellent, awesome. The glib answer is, of course, how to escape from a desert island.
Of course.
the serious answer is probably,
could be anything.
I want to say Wind and Truth, but like it's only the end of the series, and I'd want to start again. Right? I am a huge fan of Sanderson Stormlight Archive. Massive fan of the Stormlight Archive. And so that's a big one. It's either that or Dune, because I feel like it would be thematically appropriate, and I keep finding new things every time I read Dune. So
yeah, that's fair.
And
what's the best food to eat while watching history videos? You know what? I'm going to say I don't know, but I'm going to shout out a great channel that does know. There's a channel called Tasting History. And they do phenomenal. It's basically Max Miller cooks recipes and things from history, and it is an absolute delight. So if you have not checked out Tasting History, please do. What book stands up to repeated reads on isolation of society? In my opinion, any RPG core book. I need to reference those things all the time.
It's true. That is very true. Yeah, absolutely. Chat, we hope you're all having a wonderful morning here. I'm really excited to see where this goes. The end of the Kickstarter is always like fun, but also exciting and chill, right? Like the start of the Kickstarter, we're like, yes, get the Kickstarter. We're gonna go. Everybody, and like, there's like the pre-stream like extra credits locker room hype up where like everyone's like, go, and now it's just like, man, it's been a heck of a month.
It has surpassed what we believed it could, which is why we at the end were like, we have to do something extra, and that is where the puzzle came in. Teeny, thank you so much for the kind words. Honestly, that is a lot of work from Rob and our writers, and myself, and honestly, the art. It's everybody that touches these things, knowing that the way that we want to talk about history and the way that we can hope get more people into history is making sure that the information is told in the most enjoyable and or narrative format. Now, that's really hard to do when dealing with heavy topics as well. Like sometimes history of cats, that's pretty easy peasy. You can kind of make that light, though there are dark times in that too. So it's writing that line is very, very difficult, and we don't always hit it, but I'm very proud of the work we do, and it's just sort of the edict we all have to make sure whatever history we are telling is told in the most entertaining and engaging way possible, so that more people can learn about our shared world that we live in.
And I think there's a thing. I don't get to work on the YouTube videos. I'm doing live production stuff 5 days a week here on the Twitch channel and over on the Extra Credits YouTube channel. So I don't get to do it a lot. But when I see that production happening, one of the things that I think is really cool and really telling about our process is that everyone who touches a video transforms it in a way that is unique to them. Right? So like every Rob script starts out as a very Rob, very unique script, right? That has a lot of his research talent and his writing style in it, right? And then when Matt gets it, it gets mattified, right? To like sound like Matt, right? And the artists each have their own unique take on it. So I think that is a big strength of the content that we make, is that all of these people care a lot and have unique talents to bring to each and every video, whether it's a short or a 3-part series on something really important.
Yeah, that's very true. What's my favorite EC before I started working here, or EC before I started? Well, EC, probably Sesame Credit. EH, probably Ned Kelly, I think. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah. So, we are basically here for the next. Did we hit the hour mark? We did. There is 1 hour left. A single solitary hour
remains.
And by that, I mean 58 minutes left in this thing. It is really weird to watch it just tick down.
Yep.
New guy. Question. You can travel back in time and time one historical figure. I think you mean give.
Yeah. Right after.
Baja Blast. Who'd be good? Who would enjoy it, or who would I want to punish with it? That's kind of the
right. I feel like that's the kind of thing that would make certain historical figures just faint.
But other ones would probably be like
I know.
down for it.
I know exactly the person I would do. I'm interested in yours, but I have the exact person.
What do you got?
Kellogg.
Sure.
I feel like Kellogg would just have had his life changed if he'd had a singular Baja Blast. I feel like Kellogg would have just been like a transformed human as a result of that, and we might have better breakfast.
Perhaps giving it to someone like Rasputin would be interesting. It wouldn't be great. I can't tell you if he'd like it or hate it, but he'd probably use it in a weird way.
But he would probably like make it into a bubbling potion to like, yeah. Mean to John Harvey Kellogg deserved.
Yeah. Oh, of course.
Correct.
Also, yeah. Also, high calls. Literally, the next episode coming out Saturday is about the Revolutionary War, the very beginning of it.
Yeah. So, I have a thing.
Rasputin. Oh man, did I ever tell? I think I told that story. That for longtime viewers of the channel, before we did our Rasputin series, we also did an April Fool's, which was basically me reading the Boney M lyrics for Rasputin, and then doing it like an extra history with an animated Rob trying to like put up cards that are correcting it for historical inaccuracies. And then I went off on a tangent about poutine because it rhymed, and Allie drew it, and it was really, really lovely. That came about because I was in a car with my friend Laura, and we were listening to the song, and she's like, you should do this as an extra history. And I was like, that doesn't make any. Yes. Yes, we should.
Yes. Correct.
But anyway. Just going and moving in here.
I'll talk on this one. How do you do research? Rob does a lot of research. Rob is very good at primary source material. Rob has gone to a lot of places for videos that he's had access to. That is really more of a Rob question. We do script things and live production things, and that Rob generally is the one who's got like the long list of things. But you can also check out the Lies videos where Rob will go into sometimes sources that he used or things that he discovered that we couldn't fit into the animated length of the episode series.
We also have research assistants and stuff like that from time to time, depending on the topic and how complicated it is, that sort of thing.
Yeah. Turns out there's a lot of information in history about history.
That's right. We pick the majority of our topics via our Patreon. Patrons get to vote on the overall arc of the thing. Like I think they voted last time. God, I hope I'm not talking out of turn and revealing a thing that is not yet public. I don't think I am. I believe one of the upcoming series, the bucket that was voted upon was Tyrants, and then there will be 4 historical events or people that fit into that bucket of Tyrants, and then you get to vote on that if you're a patron over there at a certain tier. So if you're interested in that, go check that out. Dad, we did say Lies series. We've called it that for a long time. Lies is basically where Rob gets to go up and be an actual human being and not a bean person, and essentially bring up the questions from both patrons and YouTube viewers that like about stuff that they had questions on or things we got wrong. Like, what if there's a flag that's backwards, or why did we choose this, or why did Matt pronunciate the wrong syllable? That's a
common one. By the way.
Yeah, listen, I try.
It's not your. I mean,
no, it is my fault. But I mean, it distinctly is my fault.
That's true, but someone should have caught it.
I do try.
Yeah, the Lies, I think, is one of my favorite things that we do that I wish more people watched, because I think it's really important when we're talking about history to examine bias, right? And I don't mean like conscious bias. I mean like just things that happen that we miss or get wrong because of the sources that we use or because of some random thing, right? That's a really important element of examining and learning anything, doubly so for history. And so I really like that we do lives.
To be perfectly honest, we release a new video at longest every 2 weeks, depending on what it is. Sometimes there's completes or one-offs that happen every week, right? And the only reason we can produce animated videos at that clip is truly, I mean, other than the support and stuff from Patreon, like that's the monetary side of it too. And doing projects like this, supporting this calendar, by the way, directly does support the channel. Like this is all good, you know. There's 2 tiers that you guys unlocked that is literally going to bonuses for the entire channel, not just the calendar people, everyone who works at Extra History. But the Lies lets us move at this speed because we realize that if we want to release stuff at this clip, we're going to get tiny things wrong. And Lies is a place to be able to fix those. And then a thing that I'm really proud of implementing here is with the Extra History Completes, with the full series coming together that are like the 45-minute to an hour long 5 to 6 parters crammed into one part. When we were talking about doing that, because, you know, we're always watching trends on YouTube and trying to make sure that the studio is sustainable and make sure that we're trying to not leave, you know, money on the table or hype on the table or things that people will enjoy, right? So compilations seem to get big. It was shorts and crazy long videos. Now we don't have the runway to make brand new crazy long animated videos. It's too expensive. But what we do have is a backlog of a ton of series. And when we were talking about doing compilations, I was fine with it, but I was really like, I want to also not just put all of our things together. I want to make sure there is an additional value proposition to someone, like, because sure, new people will come watch the compilation, but what about the people, the fans beforehand? Like, I want to give folks something, even if it's a little thing, something extra. So that's why we came up with the extra context text that pops up in there. And we basically base all of the completes on fixing everything, if not more, that Rob called out about a series in Lies. So we have a template of things we need to fix that is already there. And we can go back and fix art. I re-record stuff, and Rob writes up extra context for like specific things in there, and then it gets to be like something new with something old. Actually, here's a spoiler alert. Not the next one, but the following one. I think it'll probably be in October. We're doing the Extra History Complete on the flu pandemic. That was my first Extra History, and I was still finding my voice. So there are parts in it that I had to redo lines in, that I had to try to match my voice from 8 years ago.
That's tough.
It took too long.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And again, we've seen a bunch of people asking about new upcoming topics. Or if we can do a specific topic. All of our topics are voted on by our patrons.
Yes.
So that is not something that we do here. All of those things are done by patrons. They get to pick a bucket of topics, and then within that, we'll give them a list of topics, and then they'll pick a specific topic from that list. That's how
Thunder.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and you're correct. Thunder. I could have. That is my choice.
It also would have been much longer.
So it would have been way like weeks more worth of work, because the new intonation and tonality and speed, the whole episode, like the timing would shift.
Right.
And not only is that tough on the edit house, we don't really have time baked in for that. Also, that changes like the notes on where the changes from the episode from Lies would be. Yes. It's a lot of weird tracking. I voted to not do it that way.
We should actually go into that. Can you explain real quick for people who might not be familiar, it just like the fast like elevator pitch of like what order stuff gets done in for the episode? Because I think that's not necessarily intuitive to someone who's never done video production before.
Sure. Let's see real quick. Script starts and gets written. Rob and I work on the script, or the guest writer and I work on the script with Rob's sort of supervision in the back if we're having guests in. That eventually gets locked, and I record it by the audio starts before the animation, which is something that is different in our studio. basically, I try to get the pacing and tone down. I work with our audio editor Mac to make sure that the takes are the runs that I want and it's the right pacing. And I'm a bit of a frame fudger. I try to make sure that like there's a difference between 2 frames and 3 frames of silence in a thing, and I get very particular in that because it also helps, I think, when it comes time to hand it to the animators. The animators have the script with like art notes and a bunch of things, and then they get to put their stamp on it. And then if I've done my job right with the narration, the timing of the things is fairly natural and it feels right in our sort of staccato animation style. The script is roughly like a week of research, a week of rough to final. Audio takes a week to record and edit. That could be done longer, but because we stack video, or sorry, it could be done shorter than that. The way we stack our production is I'm probably doing 2 or 3 episodes in a week, and that is why it is like that. Then artists, depending on the length of the episode, a current extra history, artists have roughly 3 weeks or more to do the art there. Then it's a week in edit. And then a week, if there's a sponsor that we're working with and doing stuff like that, we give them time to chime in on the ad read. So it's like soup to nuts. I think like 7 to 8 weeks ish, if not a little more per extra history episode, if that makes sense.
Yeah, and I think the thing that some people might not intuitively grasp right away, at least it was a change for me, is the idea that the narration comes first. Because I think a lot of people have this mental image of like reading voiceover over something. No, that narration comes, Matt's voice is first and all the narration matches it, which is one of the reasons that it would be very difficult to go back and redo an entire complete's worth of episodes because we'd have to retime everything, and that's a lot.
I'm checking something here.
Yeah, I'm stretching. I'm reading chat. Chat, how are you? How is your Friday? Are all of you having a good week? Do any of you have particularly fun historical weekend plans? I'm gonna take a historical nap this weekend. That's my plan.
So I just tested something, y'all, and I don't know if you've noticed this too. Will called it out, and now I'm checking it. I don't know what's happening, and I'm hoping it's that it's so many people are pledging to the Kickstarter that it kind of broke, but the number hasn't changed in a while. It's been at 75,490 and the same amount of backers. I know I've talked to some people that have already pledged, and it is above that, and I just changed my pledge number. I basically added $6 to my pledge just to see if the number changed, and it didn't. So I don't think the number on Kickstarter right now is accurate, which is annoying.
I think Kickstarter may in fact be broken. That's we're not going to worry about it because we can't do anything about it, but we see it and know that we'll make sure that.
So if you are pledging and not seeing the number change, that is why.
Yeah, you've probably done everything right, and Kickstarter just broken.
Good times. 45 minutes. Let's see if they can fix it by then.
Yeah, I'm gonna do a little research. Oh, you know where I could check?
We're going to do a Dragons, Potions, Mythological Creatures night at the Science Center. Yeah, let's go.
Yeah, we did have someone ask earlier on about older series like So You Haven't Read and Extra Mythology. If you wanna take the time to explain what's up with those.
Let's see. Well, So You Haven't Read, which is one of my favorite darlings. We just sort of phased out because, to be perfectly honest, they weren't pulling the numbers that we actually needed them to. Turns out, sadly, the ceiling of literature or literary YouTube is fairly low, and it's not that we weren't hitting around where groups of videos like those hit. It's that those generally don't hit higher than what we got. So we couldn't afford to keep doing them, to be perfectly honest. And mythology, we wrapped up for a few different reasons. One, we wanted to rework how we did history. And two, Jordan, our phenomenal artist, decided to retire from EC, and then we'll definitely bring mythology back. Hell, I'd like to bring So You Haven't Read back at some point. Just figure out a new way to do it because I miss them both terribly. But mythology is just so fun as well. It's all resource management, right? Like it's we can only make so much stuff. We are all only humans until we are not. Yeah.
Yep. So yeah. Fascinating. Yeah, the Kickstarter goal tracking API is down. So there is a problem with Kickstarter.
I love it. On the day of our Kickstarter's birth, graduation.
Quinceañera. You come to me on the day of my Kickstarter's quinceañera.
Great.
If a Kickstarter could wear a quinceañera dress, would it wear it like this or like this?
Maybe. Could be either. Talking in Turtle Power. The schedule has not changed. We did change it about a year ago when we decided to do our series and make our episodes 15 minutes long rather than 10 to help both tell the stories more cleanly in a way that Rob wanted to do and to follow the trends of YouTube, because basically 8 to 10 minute videos are slowly dying and things need to be a little bit longer to actually catch on. And we have noticed that, and it's been going well. So essentially, I believe how it works is there's 1 week out of the month that we don't have an extra history at this point, because otherwise we have a complete or a lies or something else or a bespoke episode. So yes, but the next episode will be out tomorrow on the Shot Heard Round the World, and I am pumped. Mm-hmm. Hey, Warrior, thank you so much. Appreciate the pledge. Love to see it. Support very much needed. I think we should go back to actual Kickstarter busking, if you will.
Yeah. Do you want? Well, I mean, I can bring up the page, but it's broken right now.
I know. Do you want to kickstart the Kickstarter page, or do you just want to kick it? No. Basically, we're in the final moments. 41 minutes of our History Happens Every Day calendar, which is a historical calendar with a new historical event every day of the year, plus pictures on certain ones that let you go to a QR code on the month that lets you scan it and go to videos about basically that pertain to history that happens on those specific days. It also has phenomenal art, one of which you're seeing right now and you're seeing right there by David Hueso, which is historically inspired, basically like classic arts that you'd be familiar with, but with beings and historical characters in our own style. Essentially, we've done it before. We did a 2025 calendar. Actually, give me a second.
I'd have to pull mine off the wall.
I did just pull mine off the wall. So this... It's going to be weird because of the green screen, I think, but this is last year's calendar. Let's see if I can kind of, right. This was the inspiration of Joan will be a thing that I'll talk about in a second with the puzzle, will be an option for the puzzle. So will the kiss. And again, I'm sorry, it's green screening out a bit, but as you can see, and hopefully here, listen to the page turn. Like there's actually good.
Yeah. Sounds like a thunder sheet kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There we go. We got worst moms and dads playing poker. I'm drinking out of my worst dads in history mug.
I'm just drinking caffeine.
There you go. Yeah, so like it's basically this, but with new art, new dates. If you can see here, like you can see better in the
preview,
in the actual Kickstarter page. But like there's various pictures. You scan this QR code right here.
Yep,
Too bright.
It'll be down here, and then each day we'll have a cool thing.
Oh, also somewhere on the page, the pin vote finished, right? Will, there was because last year. Let's see if I can actually show this. I'm not quite sure. This is a Kickstarter exclusive
Walpole pin.
Walpole sitting on a push pin.
And this year it is Zoe.
And it is Zoe sitting on a Shakespeare. Zoe has been voted on.
Yes.
So that comes with the deluxe calendar.
Yep.
Ooh, X, great question. Would you ever consider a pull-a-day calendar with more facts on each page? We have thought about it, priced it out. We have not found a way to make it fully feasible at this point.
Part of the problem, too, is that you have to remember that there's a balance between the calendar and, like Matt was saying, all of the scripts for history, right? And so if there's a limit to how much stuff we can do. So even if we did like a page a day thing, there's a limit to how much we could put on that, and then we need more art and we need more, and now it starts getting like the logistics of doing those is complicated. It's one of the reasons that you see page a days for often existing comic series, right?
Yeah.
You'll see them for like The Far Side, right? Because the Far Side has like I have a 3-volume collection of all of the Far Sides.
Yeah.
That they just have a big backlog to draw from, and that's not something that we really have for something like that because our YouTube art doesn't necessarily fit with a page a day vibe.
I was gonna. Which mug, Dad, am I drinking out of? That'd be our boy, Vlad the Second, which I believe his little thing says "abandoned sons as Ottoman hostages."
Yeah,
that
seems yeah like a thing. So we've also had some votes from our backers on other things. And a reminder, if you'd like to vote on the weird holiday history or on which piece of art the puzzle is, $2 will get you access to the save the date tier, and you'll be able to vote on things, and you'll also get access to the secret store where you'll be able to order things after the Kickstarter's over.
Yeah.
That one,
which includes because we did crack 770,000. We are in the process of designing and sourcing and doing all the jazz for an actual physical puzzle. We've done a lot of digital puzzles here on streams and in hype mode for the actual physical calendar. But now you'll get to vote if you pledge at any level, $2 or higher. You'll get to vote on which out of the 8 images, 4 from this year, 4 from last year, that we make into a physical puzzle that you will be able to buy in that secret store for the cheapest amount we will ever sell it. Eventually next year, it will come to the regular store. But again, the secret store and pledging here is the only way we can guarantee that your stuff will get to you, specifically your calendar, before 2026. Yeah, right. Sorry, date's getting bad. Before next year, before you need to use the calendar, basically. Yep. And it will also be, everything will be the cheapest that it has ever been and will ever be in a backer's secret store. Everything will go up like between 3 to 4. I think this might be one item that's $5 more on the regular store. Again, I'm not privy to all of the pricing things, and the reason why we are doing we don't even, when this campaign ends, the secret store will not have this puzzle up yet because we are still designing it. You're still voting on it. And then by the 29th of this month, I believe, the pre-order for the puzzle will go up on the secret store for the cheapest that it can be. And then you can just shop for it there, or you can use, if you pledged at certain levels here, you can use your well-earned Nebula credit to go towards the puzzle itself there. Because there were 2 different stretch goals where it unlocked, I think, depending on your regular tier or your deluxe tier or whatever, certain levels of Nebula store credit.
People are saying they want a puzzle. Well, have I got a puzzle for you? This puzzle is actually one that's live right now. The mods can probably post links to it. This is actually a puzzle that chat is working on while we sit and talk about this. I do want to highlight this one. Will Given says, "Hey, I've been watching your videos since I was in middle school, and now I'm going to college next week for anthropology. Your channel's been a huge inspiration for my interest in history." That's really cool. That's really cool. We love hearing about stuff like that. That's really lovely. Neat that we get to do stuff that like.
Thanks thanks also for not only watching but like coming in here and just saying hi and telling us that stuff like actually that'll fuel me for my day. I appreciate it.
Yeah, it's a big boost. We have a lot of stuff to get through today, especially because our day is starting early.
Well, we're being forward facing earlier than we usually are.
Speak for yourself. I had to set an early alarm.
No, I'm up. I'm up.
I'm partially nocturnal. It is one of the advantages of being a Twitch streamer and the live person is that most of our stuff is done when everyone's awake. That includes the West Coast crew. So I'm functionally on West Coast time. And I had to get up early.
Yeah. Kirby, yes, the next episode of the Shot Heard Around the World coming out tomorrow or today for patrons, or it's also that has, I keep forgetting the number wrong, it's between 11 and 13 other creators whose voices you will definitely recognize. A lot of Nebula folks on there, but a few not. I put out the call for people to basically read testimony for people who were talking about the Shot Heard Around the World forever ago. And I believe the line I use in the episode is I needed their voices to protect the innocent and also because they're all dead. So, and everyone knocked it out the park, and I am humbled by those who answered the call to do this for us. It was very lovely, and I'm very thankful to them all. And you'll get to see that later today or tomorrow, depending.
Yeah, I prefer the term dependency, but yes, you're absolutely correct. And Whooper, this is one of my favorite parts about Nebula. Truly, honestly, I still when. The Kickstarter has been a huge portion of our time and energy along with everything else, right? Because we're doing things like the puzzle and everything else. But when we're done with that and convention season is over, because we've had people at Gen Con.
I'm going to West on Thursday.
Yeah, right. People are leaving for PAX West this week. When all of that is over, I would like to do more Nebula team collabs. I really do just want to get... I have a dream, chat, and maybe we'll make it come true, and maybe we won't, and I'm not promising anything. But what I really want is 22, probably, because me and Matt are two of them, other Nebula creators all playing Mario Kart World at the same time, in the same voice call. It's really what I want. It's my dream, because I think that would be the most hilarious and also absolutely most chaotic call.
1,000%.
And I would have an absolute blast with it. It would be great.
I keep refreshing the Kickstarter page because the API, what was down? Which part of it was down?
The Kickstarter project tracking API appears to be down because KickTrack is reporting the same number. So it's not just the website. It's whatever reports that number out. And we know that number has changed because we've tested it because Matt has added money to his pledge.
Yeah.
And the number hasn't changed, which means that it's a reporting problem. So that number is going up. We just, unfortunately, don't know what it is. Don't
know.
So maybe...
That dang extra history got $6 extra from me.
You know, I do think... I think if anything's going to adjust the total, the processing for the end of the campaign will, and I swear this isn't a bit, we may have to wait till the end of the campaign in 32 minutes for it to kick and... Maybe. Refresh, but that's a guess. I don't know how their Kickstarter API works, but I imagine there's a process that runs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yogurt. Will Matt participate in more game shows centered around backstabbing each other? I hope so. There's some things coming in. Is it announced?
That is the other problem with doing this live stuff. When we're not live, we get to like double check and be like, hey, is that thing? But when we're live, we have to like take a second. So if you see Matt stare off into the middle of distance, it's because we don't know what's been announced yet or not.
Yeah, there are things coming. Don't you worry. Piano, yes, the Bismarck series, the episode is phenomenal.
Now I'm gonna go refresh it. Like that's gonna help.
It's not gonna help.
It could. Yeah. It might help. Who knows?
If you would like to jump in on all this calendar goodness, you now have officially 30 minutes to still get it at its cheapest possible rate. Again, even if you don't know what you want from the campaign, pledge $2, and that gives you access to the secret store to get everything for the cheapest that you possibly can, which I know for a fact will still save you money if you buy a calendar. Because I think I don't know if the calendar jumps $3 or $4 between or $5 between pledge price and store price. But even with the $2, it will still save you. It'll still net you out a couple bucks.
Yeah. Here you go. Mitchell says, my son and I have watched several of your videos of all genres and types, and also my wife for the history ones. I wish history was taught like that in school. It is.
Yeah.
One of the cool things about history, and I get to do a lot of these observations because I don't work on the YouTube videos, so is that we've got a bunch of people who are really passionate about it all in one place, right? But it's only through the magic of the internet, right? Because our narrator's on the East Coast, our scriptwriter our historian is in Hong Kong, one of our lead artists is in Spain. By the way, yes, scheduling meetings, horrifying. We get like one call a year, maybe, where the entire crew is in the same call at the same time, but most of our stuff's asynchronous because, location. Right, but it is unfortunate that we can't find people with the passion of the Extra History crew to teach every history class, because I have had the fortune and the privilege to have history teachers who are as passionate as my friends are about the topics of history, and I think that is a thing that shows through in our content. I remember one of my favorite teachers was a retired HVAC system salesman who in his retirement decided that he wanted to do something different, and so went back to school and got his master's degree and started teaching world history. And he was amazing at it because he had made a conscious choice to do it in like the later part of his life, and it was a phenomenal class. But not everyone gets that opportunity, that privilege, and that's one of the places where I think I'm glad we get to step in and be like, hey, history is cool and you should actually care about it, instead of, now class, please draw a timeline of the events in chronological order.
Yeah. The other thing I will say though too is I love the way that we teach history. I also like it as a starting point. Yeah. Like, I want to get more people into it. I think there are obviously various ways and different ways that teachers engage with classrooms that are not like a video format and like purely narrative. Yeah. And I think those definitely have value and are better in certain circumstances, depending on the subject matter and what level of the course it is and all of that jazz. The thing that I'm really proud of that we do, and a couple people have even said it in chat, and it always sort of warms my heart to hear it, is that we are the thing that got them into it. We are the thing that allowed them to get excited about history. And then I feel like the more you are excited about a topic, the more you will adapt and be engaged with even different teaching styles, if those teaching styles are the only way in your current purview to get that information.
Yes.
So I really like that, and I'm proud of the fact that we are a bridge to that. Because again, as much as I'd love to, you can only get so much across in 15 minutes, and then of course 45 or whatever by the time the series is done. And
well, Matt, see, that's where we have to really leverage the new generation's multi-screen. So what I'm suggesting is that we do 2 videos in vertical format side by side, stitched together, right? So like one of them, right? Yeah, right. And then you just alternate words back and forth between A side and B side, right? Except you do it really fast so that everyone can listen to one and then listen to the other. You just have to do them like an octave apart. It'll be fine. Don't worry about it.
That makes sense.
It's also, gonna be the latest. Guy,
yeah. New guy, you right.
It would have begun with, "Where are your arms?"
Let's see. What else? Any other questions about the Kickstarter or the puzzle or the calendar or the extra stuff you get in the deluxe package? Because I believe you get postcards. Ooh, you get coasters this year in the deluxe package, which I pushed for harder than is logically sane.
It's because Matt has a beverage problem and needs additional coasters for his beverage problem.
I need a beverage solution is what I need. Right, and okay. Y'all helped make it happen. So I'm very excited about that. There's also digital posters so you can print out your own at home or your local print shop. And there's phone wallpapers, which actually I was shocked how flippin' cool last year's digital, like the phone wallpapers, where I have them sort of on a rotation. Yeah. They came very well.
Man, chat is just on fire. I like Coasty McCoastface. Correct. And then I have several options, but aren't all beverages solutions, chemically speaking?
Ramian, you sly. I have
to raid with this, by the way. Ramian's in my raid group. And if you think it changes at all, even if we're like mid-pull, you would be wrong. There are just puns.
Bethany, if the puzzle does well, is it possible we could get more in the future? You're dang right. If you would like to see more puzzles, the best way that you can do to support that right now is the $2 go into the secret store, eventually get the pre-order of the puzzle in the secret store. But if you can't do that now and you want to wait and see, also when it goes in the regular store, probably near the end of this year, buying or pre-ordering a puzzle there, it will sort of signal to us that you want more of these, and we will make more if people want them. But right again, because we are literally a small studio whose main product is a digital thing we put on YouTube and Nebula, physical, like the calendar last year and this year too, but we just learned so much last year, is like the first truly complex piece of physical merch we've done. We've done mugs, we've done plushies, we've done t-shirts, we've done posters. But the calendar was a super complex one. And the puzzle, weirdly enough, is not as complex as the calendar. So we're starting to get like confidence in what we're doing. But we also want to, anyone who's produced physical goods through manufacturers that they do not control knows that the process is a complicated one and you have to watch out for a lot of different things. And it's not exactly the best time to be making physical stuff and moving it around the planet at this day and age. So, yeah. The bottom line is yes. If the puzzle does well, we have plenty of art and plenty of cool things. We can make a lot more puzzles.
Yeah.
What do you got, Will? You had your finger up.
I have an idea for a pitch for a physical add-on for next year. Even though I
write it down.
Probably too much work, but we'll see.
Oh yeah, we have a lot of them that are like, what if we did this? And we like look up like the rough numbers, and we're like,
I think mine gets down checked on art time alone.
Oh.
I like this one. This man, I have to ask, what's a coaster? Why do women get mad at us for not using them? They're beautiful, wonderful devices where you can put art under your drink so that your drink doesn't stain your gaming desk. That's what they're for. They're for not
your drink gets cultured. For instance, right now it's cracked and about to break, but I have a portal coaster with a little turret. That's what my coffee cup sits on. And then, oh my gosh, my other beverage, because I have a problem. This is old. I don't even remember where I got this. I think I got this from a Loot Crate. Do you remember Loot Crate?
God, yeah, the physical loot boxes for
it is a World of Warcraft rubber coaster that has Alliance on one side and Horde on the other side.
Huh. Yeah.
Those are my two coasters.
I now have a powerful desire for the return of Loot Crate. How could you do this to me?
No, you don't want it. You don't want it.
Right. It was full of crap. Yeah.
Then it went down. I did it for I think 9 months.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fair. I like Namker's suggestion. Next physical object, a car.
A car. Yeah, we're making the extra history.
You wouldn't download a car, would you? Well, I would.
You have to download this car.
Yeah, you got to.
It's an STL file, and it's the EX crew shoved in a minivan. This puzzle's getting there.
Yeah, sorry. I had the Kickstarter page up because I was trying to refresh it and see if I could kick the APR. Or the API, excuse me. Not APR. We don't care about the annual percentage rate of Kickstarter.
Twitch and or YouTube, Brad and or Janet, colloquially, let us know if you are pledging right now. I'm just curious as well.
Yeah,
my test obviously went through, but I know it's not changing for me, and it's definitely probably not changing for you.
Yeah, that is a known issue. Your pledge is, we hope, being
recorded, going through. Well, we're gonna find out in 20 minutes.
Yeah. And we'll be letting. I assume we've already alerted Kat.
No, because Kat's asleep. But I'll message.
Yeah. I'm so sorry, Kat. If you watch this later, I'm so sorry. What a message to wake up to when you leave. When you're like, all right, I'm gonna go sleep. Matt and Will have the morning shift, and oh God, what's this message? Kickstarter is broken on the day our campaign finishes. Anyway. Kickstarter claims to have your pledge. Okay, that's good. That's good.
Yeah, I got the thing, and on the Kickstarter page, my number changed to add that $6. Like it's keeping score.
Yeah. I do like, by the way, the notion. I think this is part of Zoe lore now. Zoe's driving because she's the only one who's forklift certified.
Forklift certified, yeah.
I think that Zoe is forklift certified. I think that's just part of the lore now.
Night, Kurabaji.
Night.
It's okay.
Hey, and if you're not able to support the Kickstarter financially, that is okay. I know a lot of people, for a lot of folks, money is tight right now for a whole bunch of reasons. And just being here and continuing to talk about it and be here while we do streams like this and things like that has really been a huge support, right?
Yeah.
That is a huge part of the way that Kickstarters happen. Is we need some people's money and some people's time and attention and social media support, and we've gotten both of those in spades this year, and we really are appreciative for all of it in all the different ways you all have supported us.
For instance, if you are on Blue Sky, you can find me on there. It's just my name, Matthew Kroll at nebula.tv. I did a tweet about this, or not a tweet, I guess whatever they're called on Blue Sky.
Post.
The way you can help support, if you do not have any dollary dues or you can't move it towards something like this, which is totally fine, is you could post that, try to tell people what's going on for the next how many more minutes. You know what's so funny? There's 18 minutes left. The timer's kicking down.
Yeah, the timer works. That's a different thing.
I know.
I'm pretty sure the timer isn't actually running on their site. I'm pretty sure the timer's in the HTML. That it's just a countdown to the nearest minute in Unix time till a known date. That would be my guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. I'm
wondering if there's also a chance that it doesn't actually close in 17 minutes.
There are 3 tiers. Someone's asking about Kickstarter tiers real quick. There are currently 3 tiers. Those tiers are $224, and there should be a 44 for the deluxe version. The deluxe version comes with some coasters, some postcards, some digital posters, some digital wallpaper stuff,
and the Zoe pin.
And the Zoe pin, in addition to
the Zoe pin will never be sold. The Zoe pin is only going... in the Kickstarter.
Yep.
And the pin is slightly longer. It's like a little bit longer. You can't really see it here, but this is the old wall pull one. So it can actually thumbtack into the wall.
Yep. By the way, I would like to suggest that next year's add-on be an extra credits forklift certification course.
Of course.
Yeah, right. That's just logic. That's just sense, right?
He's always been talking about wanting to get it. And so I think it's time. I think it's really the moment.
Yep, I agree.
Fizzy, you need that pin. You got 16 minutes, and if you already don't have it.
Also, that's a FizzGig avatar. I immediately like you even more. It's amazing. Oh yeah, only if it's taught by Zoe. No, correct. Yeah. Right. Obviously, Zoe needs to teach a forklift certificate. God. Okay, hold on. I'm pitching an idea. Right. This is terrible. This is why you don't put us in front of a camera first thing in the morning. Related, we do have a breakfast show, and yes, it is just like this. It's every Monday over on Extra Credits. If you're interested.
If you're interested in gaming and tech news of the week and us yucking it up.
Yeah.
That is there.
Yeah, it is. Of like a late 90s style VHS tape with like the scan lines and everything of Zoe with like the big blocky poorly done subtitles teaching a forklift certification course.
Yeah. Ichab, I know you have nothing to do with the pricing, but have you gotten an explanation why shipping prices skyrocketed like crazy in the last 2 years? Well, last year was the shipping prices were absolutely bonkers, and I know they have gone up all over the world. I don't have the full. I can't really explain that either well because I don't have all the information, but it's also incredibly complex. I will say that this year prices for shipping for the calendar internationally are lower. We've sourced lower shipping rates than we did last year. There's a couple different reasons for that. I believe we're going to have a distribution somewhere in Europe. I don't remember where. Maybe don't quote me on that, but still, it doesn't really matter if the prices are cheaper. I think it is the strain on the global market that is causing shippers to just skyrocket their prices. But Cat worked so long and so hard on getting the best possible shipping for this thing. And it's another reason why, for instance, with the puzzle, we're not including that in this sort of section or anything because we don't know what the size or the weight of it yet is, and therefore we couldn't put it on the Kickstarter page proper. That's why it will be in the secret store in roughly a week once this is over, so people can choose if they'd like to get it or not. And obviously shipping for that will be in there as well. You'll be able to see it there.
Yep. I also want to take this opportunity to shout out that Kat has been the absolute queen of this entire thing behind the scenes. Her knowledge and expertise have been a thing without which this would not have been possible. Kat has been absolutely on top of this. and working tirelessly on the Kickstarter since day one.
Also, just shouting out the rest of the team that's doing stuff for this. Obviously, the art by David Huesa, which we're looking at right now. David is absolutely slaying it. If you are a company that is in need of high-end art for many different styles, I think you know exactly where to go. He is a beast, and absolutely, like, every piece has been gorgeous. It's the thing that gets people in the door here. It is. They are absolutely stunning. Yep. And so shout out to David for the phenomenal work. Also, Jeff, who is our studio director, but also during calendar Kickstarters is the essentially the art director for these things. Jeff works with Rob to help source the concepts. We all talk about them in meetings and figure out what's what. And then Jeff works with David trying to get these things. Jeff and Rob do the write-ups for the stuff. And then of course Robert Rath, you know him, you love him. He obviously is sourcing with help of some research assistants all of the dates that are for the videos, also all of the regular dates, and helping Jeff sort of pick and choose and helping the whole team decide what characters should go in what art, etc. Yeah. It is by far, it takes an absolute village, and this thing would not have been possible without every one of them. And just to be perfectly honest, the general EH and EC crew, like, they're all still trucking away at their usual stuff. That is keeping us going as well, and it's amazing, and I love every one of them. It's so cool to see something like this actually come together. And you guys crushed 2 stretch goals, so everyone at the company gets bonuses, which is really, really nice.
Which is really, really awesome. We got about 12 minutes to go. If I'm going to say this a bunch, by the way, if you've been here a while, you've probably already heard this, but if you are pledging and wondering why the number on Kickstarter no go up, that is because we believe, our best guess is that the project tracking API on Kickstarter is currently down. Your pledge is being recorded, but the overall total and number of backers is not being reflected on the page. We don't know.
We're curious if in 11 minutes, when it snaps over, if it will just give us the total.
Right, because it'll say, right, it runs a calculation at the end and says that X number of backers raised X amount to bring this project to life. That thing, we're hoping that's a different calculation and that it'll update. So that's our hope.
That would be a really nice end to the stream. It would make the narrative of this piece of content go great. Kickstarter, if you're listening.
Yeah.
Kickstarter. Hi, Matt from Extra History here. I need you to get your stuff together, man. I need it. It's important. Thank you. Sorry, I had to talk to Kickstarter for a second.
It's okay. It's okay. I understand. You needed to have a very important side conversation with them about that. Yeah.
I had to pull them aside. I'm sorry if anyone had to overhear that.
Yeah. Kickstarter, wake up. Wake up. Shaking the bag like the girl in Finding Nemo. Why are you sleeping?
Yeah, I know, right? 10 minutes to go, folks. 10 minutes to go to get your History Happens Every Day 2026 calendar at the cheapest it will possibly be, and guaranteed to be in your hand by the beginning of 2026. Sorry, when we're talking about these things, I'm like, oh, the 2025 calendar worked on in 2024, but the 2026 calendar worked on 2025. And then there's also the 13-month that takes place in 2025 and 2026, respectively, and 2027, technically, for this one. That's the last one that got voted on. I do end up getting to speak word salad from time to time.
Numbers are hard.
Numbers are hard.
I think we should just not. Can we go to the Pratchettisms? Can it just be one too many lots, and now and also later?
Yeah, I agree. Also, Fen, I would step on a bunch of people's toes to get a second camera that I could turn to late night style. Yeah.
I actually have the setup for it. It's just not hooked up because it's currently my card camera. By the way, P.S. If you're at all interested, when we get the physical puzzles in, I'm actually going to be doing the puzzle on a stream.
Because you have your magic set up.
Because I have a card cam set up and I have a space on my streaming desk here where I can do such a thing. But I did promise that because this came out of I'll tell a story while we in these last 10 minutes. Last year, we were looking for ways to show off all of this cool art and to do art reveals. And I asked around, and some of the mods came up with this digital jigsaw puzzle engine. that we could collaboratively do these together. And I thought that was just the coolest thing for an art reveal, because I can turn off the box preview. So people would just go through and work on a puzzle, and when you finish the puzzle, you get to see the art reveal. And I think that's just a really cool, fun, collaborative way to do it.
Agreed. This just in, Will, with 8 minutes left, from Kat, who is now awake. She has sent me screen grab confirmation that pledges are being counted. I am seeing things coming in from 24 minutes ago, 23, 22 minutes ago, 18, 17, 17, 15, 15, 14, and amounts. So people, this is actually working. It's just not counting. So thank you, Kat, for getting us that information in the last 8 minutes.
Yes, absolutely. And so people really enjoyed it, and it was one of the things that helped your enjoyment of these puzzles. This puzzle right here is one of the things that drove us to be like, hey, we could do a real puzzle. We can do that. And so I feel obligated and am indeed looking forward to doing the real puzzle here on stream when we get them. So
also, Dad's Gaming X, Cat with a K.
Cat with a K. Yeah.
7 minutes left. I cannot believe that the Kickstarter, the funding portion of the second time we've done this is almost over.
Yeah.
Like
it does feels it's like both yesterday and 12 years ago. Yeah. Time is a soup, y'all. It doesn't actually exist. It's just a thing that you invent to explain the space between naps.
Yeah. I like that. I like that a lot.
Right.
Let's see. Extra credits. It feels naive for Matt to be surprised this time around. Here's the deal. I disagree, because the world is a very different place than it was a year ago.
Absolutely.
And I love that everyone is still super pumped for the calendar. But you do something like this, especially in times where people are buckling down and all that jazz. Like you don't know. I am legitimately shocked and/or moved that it's done as well as it has.
And from multiple philosophical perspectives, I think it's just because it's worked in the past doesn't mean it's going to work now, right? We were talking earlier about the change in the history video format, right? The format of media is changing, right? The algorithm on YouTube is promoting different styles of content, different lengths of content, right? Short stuff, long stuff, right? All of that. So it is we would be foolish to believe that year after year, the exact same thing will always work the way it has before. And the other reason is that I think we are always... At least I certainly am always humbled by your generosity and your engagement with. We make animated videos on the internet, y'all. Like there's a lot going on in the world, and your attention is a valuable commodity, and you pay attention to us making animated videos on the internet. Yeah.
Mitchell, real quick, so with 5 minutes left, what issue are you having with Kickstarter? It might be their IUPI. If it is, maybe we can figure something out.
Yeah.
If you're truly just like if Kickstarter is hindering you from making an account right before the wire.
Yeah, that is unfortunately Kickstarter's having a bad morning. Actually, I'm gonna check Down Detector. Hold on. What
God, yeah.
What does Down Detector say about Kickstarter? Are other people reporting problems?
It has to be. It can't just be us. Although I don't know what it's funny, if we weren't ending today, we wouldn't have noticed.
There is an uptick, but it's very small.
Yeah. A happy Pikachu. I'm glad we reminded you. That's great. You're in there with 4 minutes to spare.
That's why we're here, is to remind people. It can be easy to put it and be like, I'll take care of that later. And then forget, because I had breakfast an hour ago, and I have to actively try and remind myself what I had for breakfast. So I relate.
I think the Kickstarter will end before our intrepid puzzleers finish.
That sounds like a challenge. Puzzleers, you've got 5 minutes to complete this version of A Kiss Before Battle. Which, by the way,
thanks, Milo.
Just phenomenal.
Yeah.
I love this one. I get to pick which puzzles we do. I just get like all of the art, and I get told like, hey, you can't do this one until we've reached this amount of funding. But now that we've reached all the funding, I get to do all the puzzles, and this was one of the ones I had stashed away. Yeah. And I was like, we need a puzzle for tomorrow morning, and I was like, say less. Say
puzzle.
less.
Zzz.
Zzz.
That's saying less. 3 minutes. 3 minutes till playtime. Sorry, just Bonesaw coming out there.
Yeah, if you if you're not familiar with us live, Matt and I will. Yeah, this is it. We commit to every bit, whether or not we maybe should.
Yeah, that's fair.
Matt and I have yes-anded each other for way too long.
Yep. 3 minutes left, puzzle ears. 3 minutes left.
You got it. Yeah, the fire is a tricky part. Yes. Well, I couldn't give you like something easy for the end of the Kickstarter. That would be ridiculous. Why would I give you something easy for the last day? You don't get a gimme.
3 minutes to drop that $2 pledge to get access to the secret store and make up your mind on things later.
Yeah, that's right. And to vote for things, because those votes do not end in 3 minutes. You just need to lock in your pledge in the next 3 minutes to have access to all of the votes for things like...
I believe the puzzle vote is for a week.
Yeah. What puzzle would you like it to be?
Right now, do we want to hear what's in the lead?
I think we should tell them what's in the lead.
Right now, Zoe Noir is in the lead, but not by much. There are many that are sort of Prince of Paleontology, The Last Samurai, and Ibn Battuta Dreamers Travel are all real dang close.
And now I'm gonna be that guy, and I'm gonna champion a thing. I would really like it if Misanthropes won.
Same.
But it's currently
I voted for that.
It's currently way behind, so we're gonna need people to step it up and vote for Misanthropes.
Let's put our finger on the scale.
Do it. I'm just
and by that I mean just tell you to do it, and you can make your own choices.
Yeah, that's right. Be your own person. We're not.
Yeah. Do your own research. 2 minutes. Shout out to Amy's Dead End Dreamhouse on Nebula. 2 minutes left. And again, Mitchell, if you're having trouble, you should still be able to message folks on Kickstarter. If not, leave a comment on this video, like a comment, just saying like we mentioned for you to do that, and we'll find a way to reach out to you.
Apparently, when we throw down the gauntlet, the puzzle crew delivers.
They did it with 94 seconds left.
They did it. 94 seconds. Yeah,
Mitchell, we'll figure it out. Definitely leave a comment.
That's the other reason you should come to these live, by the way, for watching the VOD later, is because we can answer questions and help with stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I absolutely love this. It's so good. All right.
It's so good.
Yeah. Let's get
Garibaldi, baby.
Let's get
70 seconds. Yeah, let's go to the thing.
Well, okay. Well, I mean, we can, but like
we should, but because it's counting down. Like the number is counting down.
The number is that's
we're down to 61 and 60.
Not that I'm running on a countdown or anything. Hold on.
Doop, dooper, 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 doop, doop, doo.
Bring that screen in.
There we go. Look, it's counting down.
Yeah.
Although yours it's interesting. Mine is 4 seconds ahead.
You have.
I'll go by yours.
You also have a delay on seeing mine.
Oh, I have a delay on seeing your video? Weird.
I mean, it takes
It's magic.
Takes time for the little particles of video to travel through the hose that is the internet between my place and your place.
I don't believe you. I think you're making that up.
Cool, great. You heard it here, everyone. Matt thinks that we can violate causality at will for funsies.
You are Will.
That's true. And where there's a will, there's a way.
Where there's a will, there's a Matt.
Generally speaking, that's true too. All right, 5 seconds, everybody. Oh, I'm so excited. Now,
let's see what happens. Yay! There's fireworks.
Yeah,
and
there's
things.
a little confetti. Thanks everybody. Thanks everybody for another incredibly successful campaign. Here's the moment of truth.
Yeah, this is the moment of. Should we give it like 30 seconds to refresh? Just give it.
Yeah,
I'm curious.
Yeah, we're gonna see. We're hoping that it'll update later.
Because that number, if I could point the right direction, that number up there was from like 50 minutes ago.
More. That was when we started the stream.
Was it really?
It was 75,490 when we started the stream. It was 7490 when I woke up, because I loaded it when I woke up. It's been stuck all morning. And by the way, it exploded last night. I went to bed and it was like 70.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. So there's been a ton of activity. All right, let's do a clear cache reload.
Yep. Clear cache reload.
Oh, that's the wrong button. Ha.
Wrong button. Bonus puzzle into the API update Sunday if only.
No.
Nope. Same thing.
Well, it also hasn't finalized it because it's still showing me 0 seconds to go.
Actually, yeah. Let me actually, I'm gonna message Kat real quick before we get off this stream and see if she can give us the actual number.
Yeah, that would be amazing if we could do that, because I think all of these people here came to hear the final number, and it would be really great if we could do that. I'm sorry, everyone. Again, the Kickstarter is being broken, ever so slightly broken, in a manner which matters quite a lot.
Yeah, they'll be hearing from my internet lawyers.
Which, by the way, have no relationship to actual
real
lawyers, right?
They're
just
more in my head
or in the comment section, you know.
Yeah. I would just like to let everyone know what it actually ended. If we can't get it here in the next few minutes, the next update from Kickstarter, we did this to you, yeah,
to us, yeah.
We'll have the final total in that to make sure that everyone kind of knows where we landed. Hopefully it just fixes it and it
not only have they done it to us, they've done it to us on the day of our Kickstarter's quinceanera. Like, that's really... Isn't the internet lawyer legal eagle? No, that's a great point. This is
Devin, we have a case.
Devin.
I'm sure he's not totally busy with gestures broadly and everything.
Right, yeah. So many, yeah, right. Yeah. It is indeed incredibly much rude of them. I agree. It is unfortunate, but thank you all so much for sticking around anyway, like, and for being here. And I know a lot of people pledged, taking it on faith that your pledges were being recorded. And thank you specifically to those people, because I know when computer systems are broken, one of the things that I often do is, it's down, I'll come back later. But there isn't a later here, so you were just like, I'm gonna do it, and thank you for taking that chance. We appreciate you greatly. I'm
still finding out. Let me just break down one more time while I'm waiting to see if I can get you a final number about how the puzzle that you unlocked at 70K will work, just in case people were not here when I broke that down before. So essentially, whenever Kickstarter decides to start kickstarting again,
kickstart itself,
everyone who pledged at any level will get access to a secret store via a code in one of our updates that you get sent when the campaign concludes. It's probably going to be a little bit after this, considering I don't even know if Kickstarter knows the campaign concluded yet. There's an experiment. If anyone hasn't pledged $2 yet,
could you
just see if it works? Multiple calendars, etc. from last year. So if you want to order multiple calendars, like if you're a teacher and you want them for your classroom or something like that, the only way to do that is actually in the secret store. It will be at the same shipping and price costs of the Kickstarter itself, because you got access to that through Kickstarting. Also, the 2025 calendars on there for 50% off, and some 2025 digital posters and stuff like that. The puzzle will not be there yet. The puzzle is not voted on yet. We don't know what the puzzle is yet. So that's going to be there on roughly Friday the 29th. And around that same time, everyone who pledged who got Nebula store credit due to some of the what's it called? Why am I blanking on words? The stretch goals that you completed, that Nebula credit will be able to be used towards not only the puzzle, but anything else in our store or the Nebula store in general. And then, that's basically how it will work. And the secret store is the only place we can guarantee that your calendar will get to you. I mean, your pledge, obviously, but like that and buying more in the secret store is the only way we can guarantee your calendar will get to you by 2026, and that you will get it at the cheapest possible price we will ever sell it at.
Yep.
That is the gist. I hope that made sense. Kat is still working. We'll probably give it another 5 minutes.
Kirby, we were
Mitchell, copy that.
We were checking to see if Kickstarter actually recorded that it just ended or not, because Kickstarter is incredibly broken today.
Yeah.
Woo!
Yeah, Kat's saying she's having trouble because puts the campaign into a finished status on the back end with a few different windows, but hasn't done that yet.
Oh, so it's super broken.
I'm curious, is that like, I'm wondering if other Kickstarters that ended today are having the same, I mean, that must be.
Yeah. Can't imagine it's just us.
Yeah, because I imagine also like, here, I can check I doubt that anyone's credit cards were charged yet, because normally it happens right at the close.
Correct. But there is also the backup, your card was declined, you need an alternate funding method thing that happens. So I know there's a second check later. Yeah, I think that is absolutely correct. I think that someone let the intern push to prod today.
Yeah,
I think that's. Yep.
Oopsie, Kickstarter basically has, even though people were pledging it, it is being recorded. It locked the number at something like from a few hours ago, and it's not acting like it is complete.
And people are reporting in chat that not only have they not gotten the end of campaign email, which normally goes out right when the campaign finishes, it's an automatic email, but their cards have not yet been charged.
Yep. Okay. So that's gonna click later.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So while I understand that's a less than satisfying conclusion to this morning's festivities, worry not. I am confident that everything on the back end will sort itself out on Kickstarter's end. Again, we can't. This isn't.
I have an idea. I have an idea for a consolation prize of not being able to see that number. Give me a second. Will, just vamp for a moment.
Yeah, of course, absolutely. Chat, again, thank you so much for being here. It really does mean the world. If we haven't met before, hi, I'm Will. You probably recognize Matt both from the hat and the voice. I'm our live productions dude. I stream mostly over on Twitch and the EC YouTube channel. Sometimes here for special events like this. We do have a Twitch channel if you're interested in seeing more of me and Matt do stuff. It's not usually history related. It's mostly gaming and tech news on Mondays. Sometimes we play games together. Do go over and follow us on Twitch if you're not already. And don't forget, after the channel split, if you're not following Extra Credits and you'd like to see more gaming content, you can do that over there. And again, I can't imagine that Kickstarter's having a very good day right now. This can't just be an us problem. This does not feel isolated to our little campaign. So please don't worry. I'm sure Kickstarter will have it all sorted out. Oh, someone is grumpy and doesn't want to be here. Someone's grumpy and trying to escape.
She was napping, and I said, sometimes we have to do things for the greater good.
Yeah, your public needs you. Isn't that right, Zozo?
Zozo, can you fix Kickstarter? Can you fix it? She's like, no, Dad, you woke me up.
That's right. No meows for us. No. She's trying to escape.
No, she's not. She doesn't really. I think she's like half awake.
That's fair. That's very true. Absolutely.
Oh dear, little Zozo.
Yeah.
Thought she'd be eating lunch by now, but no.
Listen, it's Friday. You gotta get all of your napping done on Friday so that your work napping done on Friday so you can do your fun napping on the weekend.
Yeah, do the fun napping, Zozo. Yeah. That's great. Now she's awake.
Father, this is demeaning to the both of us.
No. It's your adoring public. You're never on live streams on history.
That's true. She does make occasional appearances on Breakfast or other credits shows. There are cats everywhere. I'm actually the only member who doesn't have, I'm the only on-screen person who doesn't have a cat regularly appear. And it's because my roommate's cats, how to put this delicately and with love, are idiots. They're just idiots. I love them. They're beautiful, but they're beautiful idiots. They routinely get lost. It's not a very big place. They're very stupid.
Kat is currently trying to manually add up the numbers, though I don't know if it will be done in time. I'll see. Let's see.
They are in fact not orange. They are tuxedos. They're just very stupid tuxedos. Yeah, beautiful empty-headed cat kids. Exactly. Yeah, poor cat.
Use Excel.
Yeah.
How to do it? Oh God, I am covered in cat hair now.
Yeah. That's some deep Matt lore that Matt is ever so slightly allergic to Zoe. And she knows it.
It's like,
she absolutely knows it.
It's a stream debuff because like even yesterday we were playing Elden Ring and like she just jumped on my lap during a boss fight me and Will were in and it was fine, but still it was. Yeah. It's hard mode.
Yeah, absolutely.
Any other last minute questions about the process once Kickstarter actually starts kickstarting while we're waiting to see if we can get this final number? Kat says not too long, so hopefully we can just vamp for a minute.
Yeah, and again, thank you all so much for your patience and for bearing with us. In addition to all of the wonderful support you all have given us, we know that this is weird and frustrating and not how anyone really wanted this to go, but it is as it is, and we shall rise above it. For I know that's how you'd want us to respond.
Yes.
Yeah.
Also, Zoe will be in the episode coming up Saturday. She makes a very salient point while I try to proceed over an animated courtroom. She was grumpy. I do feel bad. I had to pull her. I scooped her out of her cat tree, which she sits in like a soup. She was not thrilled.
I'm glad to know that's not just the boys. We have like a cat tree that has like a big bowl on it, and there's a blanket in the bowl. And they will take turns just being a liquid in the bowl.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. Yep. Cats.
Hey, you know what, Mac? This is a great comment. History is also weird and frustrating and not how we'd want it to go sometimes. So this is on brand. Super excited for the calendar. Thank you.
You know what? True.
That's a really, 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 really excellent point.
Hey, Matt, I've got an idea for next year's calendar.
What is that?
Can we put 1 year anniversary of the time Kickstarter crapped out on last year's campaign on next year's calendar?
Sure, that could be. And we'll link to this live video.
That's correct. Exactly. We'll link to this live, which will still be there. So you know what? If you're watching this in 2027, after watching a year after the anniversary of this most heinous breaking of Kickstarter, thank you. Leave a comment telling us about it, right?
Amazing.
A year from now. Do it. You won't. You won't.
Amazing. That's so funny.
I do love bits like that because it costs nothing to like load that bit in the moment. And then when it pays out a year from now, you've completely forgotten about it. And you're like, why is that video getting all of these comments a year from now?
I think we can actually link to the time code too. So we could, I know this is what we're like an hour and a half in. So like we could have the link go to the time code of right where we start talking about this.
Yeah, that's right.
So funny. And that way all your chats right now that you're saying will be seen by the future people that scan it. This is a weird time capsule now.
Yeah, that's right. This is a weird time capsule of it breaking.
Ask your questions about 2020. No, this would be 2026.
Yeah. Did I say 2027? Whatever. 2020 starts with an S sound.
Yeah. Ask a question. Ask a question of what you'd want your future self to be, something that you'd want answered from the future, and then maybe someone will comment back.
So, hi, David. First off, good morning. Everyone is really enjoying your art, and it gives us an opportunity. So if you're just joining us and you're like, why aren't they mentioning the final total for the Kickstarter? That's a great question. Kickstarter's broken right now. It won't actually give us the final total, and Kat is currently in the process of pulling down all of the pledge data and getting us a final total manually, because Kickstarter is turbo broken this morning. So we're confident that all of the pledges have been recorded, but it's not updating the project to say that we've actually completed the project, or the campaign, excuse me. And it's not updating the public total for that campaign. So we're going to try and get you all a total because we know that's why a bunch of you are here. But it is currently borked. That is my professional technical diagnosis is borked. Like a Swedish chef.
That's right.
Hey, future me, are you enjoying the slushy machine? Yo, okay, wait, hold on a sec. I've got a question for all of you. It's a controversial question, okay? So I'm gonna need everyone to be cool about this.
Be cool.
Be cool, okay? A little bit of a pun. What flavor of beverage is not a slushy or Slurpee that you would like to be? Or should be, really, in your opinion, like your deeply held opinion. So, like,
It's not a slushy or a Slurpee?
So I'll give you an example, right? I think that there should be a proper, like, almost spicy ginger ale Slurpee. Like a Werner's ginger ale. Like ginger ale with, like, a bite to it, but, like, as a Slurpee.
Oh, I got mine.
Yeah.
Martinelli's.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
Martinelli Sparkling Cider Slurpee.
Yeah, history doesn't have that joke. Matt and I are totally normal about Martinelli's Sparkling Cider. We're very normal about it after a bit where we co-streamed the Game Awards several years ago, and decided that the only beverage to watch a thing that's kind of an awards show, but kind of isn't, is a thing that's kind of champagne, but kind of isn't, aka Martinelli Sparkling Cider.
What is a slushy and Slurpee?
It's a iced drink. It's sort of a
Give the history of it.
I don't know what that
This is a history channel, Will. We have to remember this.
Okay,
We are just
so a
vamping
long
right
time
now
ago-
as Pat waits to get
Yeah,
the,
right. No,
the
this
actual
is just
number.
us vamping, right? So a long time ago, 7-Eleven invented the Slurpee. This is probably false, but it is a chilled.
Welcome to Will's apocryphal history on Slurpees.
Yeah, right. Obviously, I'm not a historian. So it's a chilled, sort of slightly solidified iced beverage. So it's kind of like shaved ice, only a little more liquid. It's somewhere in between like a chilled drink and a shaved ice, I would say. It's not necessarily milk-based like a milkshake, but kind of like that. They're very good. They're very often a sweet treat in summer. 7-Eleven gives them away on the 11th of July every year for 7-Eleven Day, a convenience store chain which is known largely for its Slurpees here in the U.S. We do
There
have
are
quite
lemonade versions, David.
Yeah.
Okay, I have a total. Hand tallied by Cat. Is everybody ready?
Chad, can I get a drum roll, please?
$76,102 for the Extra History Happens Every Day calendar. Thank you all so much for that incredible number and generosity and support for the channel. Like we said, this is the kind of thing that helps maintain the studio. It lets us make something cool that you get to hang on your wall and look at all year. I don't know, out of all of my time here, working on the calendar is one of my absolute, like, the last year's and this year's. It's just always nice to like look to my right and realize like there's a thing that's hanging on my wall that's in thousands of other people's homes as well, and that everyone can kind of enjoy it at the same time. And it's just fun to be like, oh, on this day, what is today's date? Today the 21st?
22nd.
I'm going to go on the calendar. I'm going to end with what happened today.
Yeah, what did happen today, Matt? Besides
What did happen today?
Kickstarter
Could be
breaking.
anything. But seriously, thank you so much. Today's the 22nd?
22nd of August.
Saint Columbus banishes a monster near Loch Ness. 565.
Amazing. What a phenomenal historical event to end on.
My shirt is appropriate.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, everybody, thank you so much for all your support and for hanging out with us and talking with us through it. Again, the puzzle stuff will be up in the secret store next week. You will all be getting links to the secret store a little bit after Kickstarter wakes the hell up. You will be able to buy more elements there at the cheapest possible prices and make sure that everything is to you by the end of the year. And then also, yeah, I hate to keep harping on this, but definitely Mitchell in chat, if you or anybody else who had a couple problems, we'll have people watching the comments here just to see if we can figure out something to get things moving on that side. Yeah, I guess that's everything. Thank you all so much for hanging out and being here for this and keeping the vibes good while Kickstarter took a nap.
Yeah, that was that you all were absolute troopers for hanging through it while that went on. All right, Matt, we need like an extra history sign off. Like we've got one. What's the sign off, Matt?
What's the sign off for an extra history stream?
Yeah.
I have the worst possible one.
I'm very interested to hear if it's the same one I've got.
Well, I am Matt. That is Will. And until next time, we're history.
Oh, God.